We've all been there, staring at a blank screen or a daunting task, knowing full well what needs to be done, yet feeling completely paralyzed. It's a feeling of frustration, helplessness, and even guilt. But what if I told you that this struggle isn't unique to our modern lives? For centuries, people have faced the same battle against procrastination and inertia. The difference is that some of the wisest minds in history, the Stoics, developed a profound philosophy to overcome this very challenge. Today, we're going to explore 7 powerful lessons from Stoic philosophy that will not only help you break free from the chains of procrastination, but also empower you to take decisive, meaningful action in your life. So, if you're ready to transform your mindset and your life, stay with me as we dive deep into these timeless teachings. Lesson 1. Discipline as the foundation of action. Discipline, it's a word that carries weight, responsibility, and sometimes even a sense of dread. But in the world of Stoic philosophy, discipline is seen not as a burden, but as a key that unlocks the door to personal freedom and success. The Stoics believed that discipline is the cornerstone of a well-lived life, a principle that underpins every action we take and every goal we strive to achieve. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers and a Roman emperor, offered profound wisdom on this topic. He famously said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote encapsulates the essence of Stoic discipline. It begins with the understanding that while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we do have absolute control over our reactions, our thoughts, and our decisions. Discipline, in this context, is about mastering the self, governing our impulses, emotions, and behaviors so that they align with our highest values and long-term goals. It's about creating a state of inner strength and resilience, one that enables us to act with purpose, even in the face of adversity. But how do we cultivate such discipline in our lives? The Stoics were practical thinkers, and they emphasized the importance of small daily practices, simple routines that train both the mind and the body. These practices might include waking up at the same time each day, dedicating time to focused work, or engaging in mindfulness and reflection. These seemingly minor habits create a structured environment where discipline can flourish. Consider the morning routine of Marcus Aurelius himself. Despite his enormous responsibilities as the leader of the Roman Empire, Marcus made it a point to start each day with reflection and meditation. He would write in his journal, contemplating his values, his actions, and the challenges that lay ahead. This daily practice wasn't just a form of mental preparation, it was an exercise in discipline. It grounded him, provided clarity, and equipped him with the mental fortitude needed to navigate the complexities of leadership. Similarly, we can cultivate discipline in our lives by establishing routines that reinforce our goals. Whether it's dedicating the first hour of your day to focused work, practicing mindfulness to maintain clarity, or reflecting on your actions to ensure they align with your values, these small practices build the foundation for a disciplined life. Over time, these habits become second nature, enabling us to approach each day with purpose and resolve. In a world that often prioritizes immediate gratification, the Stoic commitment to discipline may seem out of step. But it is precisely this discipline that allows us to rise above the distractions and temptations that surround us. By mastering ourselves, we gain the freedom to pursue our true goals without being swayed by fleeting desires or external pressures. Discipline, then, is not just about restraint. It is about empowerment. It is the force that propels us forward, that enables us to achieve our highest potential, and it is the foundation upon which all meaningful action is built. Lesson 2. Embracing discomfort to build resilience. In our modern society, we are often conditioned to seek out comfort and avoid discomfort at all costs. We are surrounded by conveniences that promise to make our lives easier, faster, and more comfortable. But the Stoics had a different perspective. They believed that true growth comes not from comfort, but from facing and embracing discomfort head-on. Seneca, one of the most prominent Stoic philosophers, offered a powerful piece of advice on this subject. Set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress. This practice, known as voluntary discomfort, was not an exercise in self-denial for its own sake. Instead, it was a deliberate method for building mental and physical resilience. By intentionally exposing ourselves to discomfort, we train our minds and bodies to become stronger, more adaptable, and more capable of handling the inevitable challenges that life throws our way. It's about developing a mindset that is not easily shaken by adversity, a mindset that remains calm, composed, and resolute, even in the face of hardship. Imagine for a moment that you are preparing for a significant presentation at work. The mere thought of standing in front of a large audience, with all eyes on you, fills you with anxiety. Your heart races, your palms sweat, and you find yourself avoiding the task altogether. This avoidance, however, only serves to increase your stress and exacerbate your fears. But what if, instead of avoiding the discomfort, you chose to embrace it? What if you intentionally placed yourself in situations that mimic the stress of the presentation, such as practicing in front of friends, recording yourself, or even presenting to a mirror? By repeatedly confronting this discomfort, you begin to desensitize yourself to it. Over time, the anxiety diminishes, and you find that what once felt overwhelming is now manageable. The Stoics understood that discomfort is not the enemy, it is a teacher. By embracing it, we learn to master our fears, build resilience, and ultimately gain confidence in our ability to face challenges head-on. This principle of embracing discomfort extends beyond specific situations. It is a philosophy for life. The Stoics believed that by regularly stepping outside of our comfort zones, we expand our capacity for growth and resilience. This might involve taking cold showers to build physical toughness, fasting to develop self-control, or pushing through difficult tasks to strengthen mental endurance. These practices are not about making life harder, they are about making us stronger. In a world where comfort is often equated with happiness, the Stoic embrace of discomfort offers a refreshing and empowering alternative. It teaches us that true contentment comes not from avoiding challenges, but from overcoming them. By training ourselves to face discomfort with courage and composure, we become more resilient, more adaptable, and ultimately more capable of leading a fulfilled life. Lesson 3: The importance of setting clear goals. One of the most powerful tools in the Stoic toolkit is the practice of setting clear, intentional goals. Without a clear destination, we can easily become lost, drifting through life without a sense of purpose or direction. Epictetus, a former slave who became one of the most influential Stoic teachers, emphasized the need for setting clear goals with a simple yet profound directive. First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. This advice is as relevant today as it was over 2 millennia ago. Setting clear goals is about more than just having a vague idea of what we want to achieve. It's about creating a detailed roadmap that guides our actions and decisions. When we have a clear goal in mind, each decision we make, each action we take, is informed by the direction we have chosen for our lives. This clarity not only helps us stay on course, but also provides us with the motivation to push through obstacles and setbacks. Let's delve into an example to illustrate this point. Imagine that you have set a goal to improve your physical fitness. Simply saying, "I want to get in shape," is too vague to drive meaningful action. Without specific targets, it's easy to become complacent or distracted. But if you set a clear, concrete goal, such as, "I will run a 10K race in 6 months," you now have a specific destination to work toward. This goal then informs your daily actions. You create a training schedule, you track your progress, and you make adjustments as needed. Every workout, every healthy meal, becomes a step toward achieving that goal. But the Stoics remind us that our goals should not be solely focused on external achievements. Instead, they should be aligned with our deeper values and principles. It's not just about achieving success in the eyes of others, but about living a life that reflects our core beliefs and ideals. For example, if one of your values is integrity, your goals should be centered around actions that uphold honesty and ethical behavior. When our goals are rooted in these values, they carry a sense of purpose and meaning that sustains us, even when the journey becomes difficult. Moreover, the process of setting and pursuing clear goals teaches us valuable lessons about ourselves. It forces us to confront our strengths and weaknesses, to develop patience and perseverance, and to stay committed even when progress is slow. The Stoics believed that the pursuit of goals was not just about reaching a destination, but about the personal growth that occurs along the way. In our goal-driven society, it's easy to become fixated on the end result, on reaching the finish line as quickly as possible. But the Stoics teach us that the journey is just as important as the destination. By setting clear goals that align with our values, we create a roadmap for a life of purpose, growth, and fulfillment. And as we progress toward these goals, we develop the character and discipline needed to achieve not only success, but also true contentment. Lesson 4. Cultivating good habits as daily rituals. Habits, they are the invisible architecture of our lives. What we do on a daily basis shapes who we are, how we think, and ultimately what we become. The Stoics understood this well, and they placed great importance on cultivating good habits, daily rituals that align our actions with our highest aspirations and values. As Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." What Marcus Aurelius meant by this is that our habits, both mental and physical, define our character. If we engage in positive, constructive habits, our character is shaped in a positive, constructive way. Conversely, if we allow negative habits to dominate our lives, they can lead us down a path of mediocrity or even self-destruction. This is why the Stoics emphasize the importance of cultivating good habits that reinforce our commitment to virtue and personal growth. But what exactly are these good habits? For the Stoics, they include practices such as daily reflection, mindfulness, and self-discipline. Take, for instance, the habit of daily reflection, a practice that Marcus Aurelius himself followed with great diligence. Every evening, he would set aside time to review his day, considering what he had done well and where he could improve. This habit of self-reflection allowed him to continuously refine his actions and thoughts, ensuring that they were in alignment with his Stoic principles. Similarly, you might cultivate the habit of starting each day with a few minutes of mindfulness or gratitude. These practices can set a positive tone for the day, helping you approach your tasks with focus and intention. By beginning your day with mindfulness, you ground yourself in the present moment, making it easier to maintain clarity and composure throughout the day. Gratitude, on the other hand, shifts your mindset to one of appreciation, reducing stress and increasing overall well-being. However, cultivating good habits is not just about adding new practices to your routine. It's also about eliminating the habits that don't serve you. The Stoics believed that we must be vigilant in monitoring our behaviors, identifying those that lead us away from our goals and making the necessary changes. This might involve reducing time spent on distractions like social media, breaking the habit of procrastination, or eliminating negative self-talk. By actively working to remove these detrimental habits, we create space for positive ones to flourish. The process of habit formation is not always easy. It requires self-awareness, discipline, and a commitment to continual improvement, but the rewards are well worth the effort. Over time, these habits become ingrained, shaping not only our actions but also our character. As the Stoics would say, our habits are the foundation of our lives. They determine the quality of our thoughts, the direction of our actions, and the strength of our resolve. In a world that is often chaotic and unpredictable, the cultivation of good habits provides a sense of stability and purpose. By establishing rituals that align with our values and goals, we create a framework for a life of discipline, growth, and fulfillment. And as these habits become second nature, they lead us down a path of continuous improvement, bringing us ever closer to the person we aspire to be. Lesson 5. Turning challenges into opportunities for growth. Life is full of challenges, unexpected events that can disrupt our plans, test our resolve, and even threaten to derail our progress. But for the Stoics, these challenges were not seen as obstacles to be avoided or overcome. They were viewed as essential opportunities for growth and self-improvement. Epictetus, one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, captured this idea perfectly when he said, "Difficulties are things that show a person what they are." To the Stoics, challenges were not something to be feared or resented. They were a necessary part of life, a crucible in which our true character is forged. When we face adversity, we are given a unique opportunity to test our values, to strengthen our resolve, and to grow as individuals. It is in these moments of difficulty that our true nature is revealed, our strengths, our weaknesses, our capacity for resilience. Consider for a moment a time in your life when you faced a significant challenge, perhaps a failure at work, a personal loss, or a health crisis. In the midst of this challenge, it's natural to feel overwhelmed, to question your abilities, or even to feel defeated. But the Stoics would encourage you to view this challenge not as a setback, but as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become stronger than you were before. For example, let's say you experience a major professional setback. Perhaps a project you worked on for months fails, or you are passed over for a promotion. The initial reaction might be one of frustration, disappointment, or even anger. But by applying Stoic principles, you can reframe the situation. Instead of viewing it as a failure, you can see it as a learning experience. What went wrong? What could you have done differently? How can you apply these lessons to future endeavors? By reflecting on these questions, you transform the challenge into a stepping stone for growth. The Stoics also taught that we have a choice in how we respond to difficulties. We can either let them defeat us, or we can use them as fuel to propel us forward. This mindset shift is crucial. It empowers us to take control of our lives, to view challenges not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities to demonstrate our resilience and strength. Moreover, the Stoics believed that challenges often bring hidden benefits, gifts that are not immediately apparent but become clear over time. For example, the loss of a job might lead to the discovery of a new passion or career path. A health crisis might inspire a renewed commitment to self-care and well-being. A personal loss might deepen our appreciation for the relationships we still have. These hidden gifts, the Stoics would argue, are the true rewards of facing adversity with courage and grace. In our modern world, it's easy to become discouraged by challenges. We are often told that success should come easily, that life should be smooth and trouble-free. But the Stoics remind us that challenges are not a sign of failure. They are an essential part of the human experience. By embracing them, we grow stronger, wiser, and more capable of achieving our goals. So the next time you encounter a challenge, remember the words of Epictetus. Difficulties are things that show a person what they are. Embrace the challenge, learn from it, and use it as an opportunity to grow. For it is through overcoming challenges that we become the person we were meant to be. Lesson 6. The power of small, consistent steps. In our fast-paced, results-driven society, there is often a temptation to seek quick fixes and instant gratification. We want to achieve big results, and we want them now. But the Stoics understood that true progress is not made through sudden, dramatic leaps, but through small, consistent steps taken over time. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, encapsulated this idea when he said, "Well-being is attained little by little, and nevertheless is no little thing." This lesson is about recognizing the power of incremental progress. It's about understanding that every small action we take, every tiny step we make toward our goals, adds up over time to create significant and lasting change. Whether we are learning a new skill, building a business, improving our health, or working on personal development, the key is to focus on steady, continuous improvement. Let's consider the example of learning a new language. If you were to commit just 15 minutes a day to studying a language, it might not seem like much in the short term. You might even feel discouraged by the slow pace of progress. But over the course of a year, those 15 minutes add up to more than 90 hours of study. By the end of the year, you would have made significant strides in your language skills, much more than if you had tried to cram in a few hours of study here and there without consistency. The Stoics would argue that this approach to progress is not only more effective, but also more sustainable. When we try to achieve too much too quickly, we often burn out or lose motivation. We become overwhelmed by the enormity of the task ahead, and this can lead to procrastination or even giving up altogether. But by focusing on small, manageable actions, on taking one step at a time, we build momentum. Each step forward, no matter how small, reinforces our commitment and moves us closer to our goals. This principle of small, consistent steps applies not only to personal development, but also to every aspect of life. For example, if you want to improve your physical fitness, starting with small, achievable goals, like committing to a daily walk or adding a few minutes of exercise to your routine, can lead to long-term success. Similarly, if you're working on a creative project, setting aside a short period each day to work on it, even if it's just 10 or 15 minutes, can lead to the completion of the project over time. The Stoics also remind us that the journey is just as important as the destination. By focusing on the small steps we take each day, we learn to appreciate the process of growth and development. We develop patience, perseverance, and a deep sense of satisfaction from knowing that we are making progress, no matter how gradual it may be. Moreover, the practice of taking small, consistent steps teaches us to be present in the moment. Instead of becoming overwhelmed by the magnitude of our goals, we focus on the task at hand. We learn to break down complex challenges into manageable pieces, tackling them one by one with patience and determination. This approach not only makes our goals more achievable, but also enhances our overall well-being, as we learn to find joy and fulfillment in the journey itself. In a world that often values speed and immediate results, the Stoic emphasis on small, consistent steps offers a refreshing and effective alternative. It teaches us that true progress is made not in sudden bursts of effort, but in the steady, continuous actions we take each day, By committing to this approach, we build the momentum and resilience needed to achieve our goals and create lasting, meaningful change in our lives. Lesson 7. Aligning actions with your deeper values. At the heart of Stoic philosophy is the idea that we should live in accordance with our deeper values. For the Stoics, life was not just about achieving success or avoiding pain. It was about living in a way that is true to our highest principles and ideals. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most revered Stoic philosophers, captured this idea succinctly when he wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This powerful statement is a call to action. It urges us to stop merely thinking or talking about our values and to start living them. To align our actions with our values means to ensure that every decision we make, every step we take, reflects the principles we hold dear. It's about being true to ourselves and our beliefs, even when it's difficult or inconvenient. But what does it mean to align our actions with our values in practical terms? It means that we consistently choose to act in ways that reflect our core beliefs, even when we are faced with challenges or temptations that might lead us astray. For example, if one of your core values is honesty, you might face situations where telling the truth is difficult or might lead to negative consequences. In such moments, the Stoics would advise you to stand firm in your commitment to honesty, knowing that by doing so, you are living in accordance with your values and maintaining your integrity. Aligning our actions with our values also means being intentional about the goals we set and the paths we choose in life. It's about making sure that our ambitions and aspirations are rooted in principles that reflect who we truly are. For instance, if you value justice and fairness, your career goals might involve working in fields where you can advocate for others or contribute to creating a more equitable society. By aligning your actions with these values, you not only achieve success in your chosen field, but also find deeper fulfillment and purpose in your work. The Stoics believed that this alignment is the key to a well-lived life. When our actions are in harmony with our values, we experience a sense of inner peace and contentment that cannot be shaken by external circumstances. We become less concerned with the opinions of others or the pursuit of superficial rewards, and more focused on living a life of virtue and integrity. However, living in alignment with our values is not always easy. It requires constant reflection, self-awareness, and a willingness to make difficult choices. There will be times when the right course of action is not the easiest one, and moments when staying true to our values demands sacrifice. But the Stoics would argue that these are the moments that define our character. It is in these moments that we have the opportunity to demonstrate our commitment to living a life of virtue. The Stoics also remind us that aligning our actions with our values is not just about big, life-changing decisions. It's about the small, everyday choices we make. Every day, we are presented with opportunities to act in ways that reflect our values, whether it's in how we treat others, how we approach our work, or how we handle challenges. By consistently choosing to act in alignment with our values, we build a strong foundation for a life of meaning and purpose. Ultimately, the Stoic ideal of aligning actions with values is about creating a life that is true to who we are at our core. It's about making choices that reflect our deepest beliefs and aspirations, and about living with integrity, courage, and wisdom. By following this path, we not only achieve our goals, but also contribute to the greater good, inspiring others to do the same. By applying these 7 Stoic lessons, you can transform your approach to life. You can break free from procrastination, overcome challenges, and take meaningful action every day. The Stoics remind us that life is a journey that requires discipline, resilience, and a commitment to living in accordance with our values. It's not about perfection, but about progress. Each day is an opportunity to grow, to become a better version of ourselves, and to move closer to the life we aspire to live. So, I encourage you to take these lessons to heart, reflect on them, practice them, and integrate them into your daily life. Whether it's cultivating discipline, embracing discomfort, setting clear goals, or aligning your actions with your values, each of these practices will bring you closer to a life of purpose, fulfillment, and true contentment. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Stoic wisdom. If these lessons resonated with you, don't just let them remain abstract ideas, make them a part of your daily practice. Take action today and watch as these principles guide you to a life of greater meaning and success. If you found these Stoic lessons helpful, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. How have you applied Stoic principles in your own life? And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and join our community of like-minded individuals who are committed to personal growth and self-improvement. Together, we can continue to learn, grow, and inspire each other on this journey of life.